So what does make up a clean set of books? Well, this is what makes up a clean set of books to me. It's really saying everything's caught up. There's a lot of small things in this journal entries complete. A lot of people miss this. It's probably the most common thing I see when I take over somebody else's bookkeeping, that these journal entries haven't been done. And journal entries are essentially where you're moving things around that don't happen at the bank level. So like payroll is a good example. When you have payroll and the bank takes out $3,000 for wages, that's only the net amount of wages that you're giving your employees. When they take out taxes, taxes includes part of your employees' taxes, part of your company taxes, sometimes benefits as well. So you have to kind of break those apart and put them in the right places. And part of that taxes actually has to be moved back to wages for it to be correct. Another journal entry that has to be done is when it comes to credit cards. If you're processing credit cards for payment, the merchant processor takes out a fee. The net amount is what hits your bank account. If you're counting the net amount as sales, you're missing that the credit card company actually took some of the money before you got it. And in an audit, that would be discovered. And that money that they took out as fees is actually taxable to you. So that has to be added back in. And that's another journal entry that has to be done. So there's a number of these journal entries that have to be done. And a lot of times they're missing. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedure. A lot of business owners, they don't spend any time developing their accounting procedures. They just start going and start keeping track of receipts and bank accounts, but they neglect spending the time to think through the process by which the accounting department needs to run. And maybe you do that for operations, that's the most common thing to do, but when it comes to accounting, a lot of times that's missed. So when I take over for a new client, that's one of the things I'm looking at is what are the procedures? How do we do the correct accounting in this business? And it's not always obvious. So that's one of the things that we want to figure out right when we get started.